Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us with Physicians Mutual this morning. My name is Ben Luciotti, Medicare Specialist here at URL Insurance Group. Excited to be joined by Robin Huff with Physicians Mutual. They got a lot of cool stuff with their Medicare supplement product, especially with the Innovative Plan G, which Robin and I talked a little bit. We'll be diving into that pretty in depth here today. Just a little some back stuff here, back office stuff here. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. We're going to answer them as we go forward. If we have some good ones, I can see the chat. Robin has had some issues seeing it, so I'll jump in if we have questions, and then Robin will also do them at the end as well, go through some questions too. So with that being said, Robin, the floor is yours. Thanks for being here. We appreciate the partnership, and thanks again.
Well, good morning, everybody. My name is Robin, and I am so excited that you're here today. And I want to talk to you a little bit about our portfolio here with our Meds Up and our dental. We really are not a you've seen them all type of portfolio. There's some nuances that make us a little different. So I'm hoping to really get you in on understanding how it all works here and what a great value these products are for you and for your customer. I just want to introduce our team a little bit. Holly Frank is our sales director. She is a hands-on person. Although she's a sales director, she's right in the trenches with Rodney and I. Rodney J. Rowe is my counterpart. We're both broker relationship managers. Holly's our sales director. Something that we do is we want to be there for our agents. We have something called a SOS, Physicians Mutual SOS text thread. You can see our cell numbers all right there. What we have you do is we have you put all three of us on a text thread. So if you are ever in an appointment and you need help right away, all you have to do is text in appointment. All three of us are on there, and you put your question in, because we know that when you need an answer in with a customer, you need it now. I could be busy, and I'm your broker relationship manager for the URL team, but I could be doing this. Obviously, I can't answer a text right now, but Holly and Rodney probably aren't doing something like this. So one of them's going to see that question and going to answer you. Our agents have grown to love that. Please feel free either to write down all those numbers and make your own SOS text thread, or email me or text me. I'm the one on the bottom, Robin Huff, and then just say, Robin, please put me on your SOS text thread, and I will do it for you. Okay. We have 17 members. I think now we have 8 actually on our sales support team. One of the things we're known for at Physicians Mutual is we really are trying to be available for the agents. We know that you have things going on, you need answers. This team is there 7:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. Central Time, so that's 11 hours a day where this is actually like an agent or agency customer service. You have issues with some question about underwriting or about an app you just submitted, or something to do with that, questions that have to do with submission of an application, or if we're not available, they might be able to answer you. But most of the time you're going to be able to get us. But for the technical stuff, you might need to call them. And then there's their phone number and their email. So why choose Physicians Mutual? Let us help you see. The big thing, and this is something that I really love, is this patented Innovative G Medicare supplement plan. Not anybody else can sell this. Yeah, I have heard of people using the terminology Innovative G, but it's not this. What we have going on here is we have something that's built a little bit differently than your average med sup, and we're going to get into it a little bit. When we file this in different states, because we have this in many different states, some states allow certain things, but they'll allow the silver and fit, but they won't allow the all-cost preventive care benefits included. So like in some states, for instance, in Wisconsin and Illinois and some of the others, they allowed us to file with the silver and fit and all cost preventive care benefits built in to the preventive benefits package. In Pennsylvania, for some reason, they allowed us to do only the silver and fit. They did not allow us to do the unlimited preventive. And what I mean by that is what we'll do is we will pay for preventive benefits outside of Medicare's frequency schedule. For instance, the screening colonoscopy under Medicare is once every 10 years. Well, when you have the all cost preventive care benefits and the state allows us to bake it in, we will pay for a colonoscopy whenever your doctor orders it. If it's 2 years, 5 years, it doesn't matter. So, but in the great state of Pennsylvania, I do love Pennsylvania, but for some reason, they only allowed us to have the silver and fit, but they certainly allowed the innovative G, built the way that it is. So we're loving that. I'm gonna get into the weeds of that a little bit. We do, like I said, we like to give you unparalleled agent support. There's incentives for you. Many of you, I think probably most of you are general agents. You have your own sub agency. There are bonus opportunities for you. Every month you can earn bonus money if you get I'm sorry, five incentivized applications. Those would be anything new to Part B, and then anything underwritten. If you get at least 5 of them, not guarantee issue, and what we mean by guarantee issue is somebody who's lost coverage because, uh, they already have Part A and B, but they moved, and now we're a new option for them because they lost coverage. That's the kind of GI that's not incentivized. But anybody new to Part B, regardless of their age, if you write them a new to Part B, full G, I'm sorry, full plan G, it would be $50 after 5. It's 150 if you do an innovative plan, and it's 200 for underwritten. So your potential just hitting 5 apps a month could be as much as $1,000. That's above your commission. So this is something that we'll probably talk about a little bit more later. And then we have a trip. We go somewhere all over the world. This year we are going to Vancouver, Lord willing, next month. The middle of April is generally around the time we go. Last year we went to Los Cabos, and this next year, what agents are working for this year for production this year is going to get you to Dominican Republic next year, Punta Cana. And they treat you like gold on these trips. You get a trip for two, all expenses paid. Leave your wallet at home. They pay for food, they pay for excursions, they pay for tips, everything. So lots of goodies. One of the things that we have that's a little different is customers age 65 to 68 do receive the price of a 65-year-old, which is great for underwritten business. Remember the ones that we pay $200 an app for once you hit 5 incentivized applications and issued in a month? We have limited underwriting. Uh, Not only are we, giving them the same price, 65 to 68-year-olds, but if you underwrite somebody 65 and a half through age 68, as long as they haven't hit their 69th birthday, they only have a handful of questions to answer. It's really pretty easy to pass. And uh, you would be amazed at how easily you can get underwritten business through. A lot of them pass after that too, but the questions are way less during 65 to 68, and they are priced exactly the same. We don't take our first age rate increase until age 69. So there's a medical inflation increase, but there's no age component to it until someone hits at least 69. We have a 2-year selection guarantee. Say if somebody would start out at maybe a high deductible health plan, and sometime before 2 years are up, they would say, "Gosh, I wish I would have done the innovative or the full plan G." They can do it without underwriting. Yes, they'd have to do a new application. In that case, it would be a paper application when it's an internal conversion, but they can do it without any medical questions being asked at all. We do have in Pennsylvania, we do have a 10% household discount. All they have to do is be married to somebody. Doesn't matter how they're insured, doesn't matter how old they are. If they are married, living with spouse, they're going to get 10% off for that reason. And if they're not married, but if they live with any adult, any relationship doesn't matter as long as they are age 60 or older, then we would still give them the household discount. Again, no policy requirement at all. Person can be insured however, as long as they're married or living with someone age 60 or older. But again, if they're married, we don't care how old they are. They're married, they're going to get it. Every policy we sell, whether it's dental or the med sup, we give everyone a script save well RX Premier. It's a little discount card, but hey, it can really give people some extra savings on retail price of contact lenses, eyeglasses, LASIK procedures, uh, eye exams. We partner with Epic and Beltone, where they will give our members a sometimes a free hearing test, and they can save up to 15% on hearing aids. And Epic is allowing 30 to 60% discount on hearing aids just by presenting this little card. They can use it or not use it, but it comes with every policy we sell. One of the big things you're going to love about Physicians Mutual is we never outsourced, ever have outsourced and never plan to our customer service. Therefore, we have a 95% customer service satisfaction rating. Everybody that answers the phone is based in Omaha, Nebraska. Now, we do have Spanish speaking reps in the building, but they're all there. They're not going to be shipped around to somewhere, who knows where in the world, right? And not that there's anything wrong with folks anyplace else in the world, but we do know that it's harder for seniors to hear over the phone. Everybody here is based right in the Omaha office building. Whoops. This is something that we're pretty proud of. Our new chief executive marketing officer did this little analysis, and as you can see, Physicians Mutual by the red arrow there, we enjoyed a 12.59 growth in premium over the last 3 years, and only 6 companies grew faster than the rest of the market, and we were at the top. As you can see, looking at the arrows there too, the ones with the spaces in between, the corrugated ones, they are we are to the left of loss ratio, of average loss ratio. So that means we're doing better than average on loss ratio. We are growing so fast that we have been putting on an average of 900 new agents a month. There's a reason for that. It's because Physicians Mutual has a whole lot going on for it. One of the things is to strengthen our ratings too. With the economic downturns and the way things have been going, the pandemic, all that kind of stuff, a lot of companies are having a tough time. Physicians Mutual's 122, actually going on 123 years in business. We have an A rating from AM Best, A plus from Weiss, and A plus from the Better Business Bureau. You don't get this age, you don't get to be 123 and get these kind of ratings if you're not paying close attention, right? So one of the other reasons to look at us too is we are not taking any government funding. Don't know how many of you might be aware of that 1557 rule that got passed this last year, or that got put out there by CMS. Is what they're saying is any carrier that is taking any federal money for any product they have, they cannot discriminate on letting in to anything they sell. They can't use parameters for, in other words, they can if they have MAPDs and a standalone PDP or one or the other, and they sell med subs too, they're not allowed to discriminate who they let into the med subs. So what does that do for underwriting? I'm I haven't heard anything yet about anybody actually enforcing this. I believe there's litigation going on because that means in carriers who are taking government money, what are they going to do with the med sup rates? They're going to have to raise them like crazy eventually just to let everybody in. Physicians Mutual doesn't take any government money. We are not subject to all the flexibility that's going on in the market because we don't have any government money anywhere. We don't have a MA plan. We don't have an ACA plan. We're totally on our own here. And because of that, you don't have to worry about us cutting commissions. You don't have to worry about us, doing things that, at the last minute that you had no idea and don't know what's going to happen next. So we really value our agents, and you don't have to worry about us reeling from what's going on in the industry right now. This is our product portfolio. And not all states. In some states, we do have a product availability map that I believe would be on the URL platform. I could always email you one if you want me to. But we have dental, life, Medicare supplement, and cancer insurance in many states. In Pennsylvania right now, we have the Med Sup and we have the dental. But if you sell in other states, we might have some of the other things too. We also have pet insurance. That's you're not really selling it. You get a $75 like finder's fee for that. If you really want information on that, somebody by all means email me. We really don't have time to talk about that today. This is the product availability map. As you can see, the little map key shows you that you can find out what is where by looking at the little colored, we call them tic tacs, by the color of them. The aqua color ones show you where the dental is. So the dental is all around you. And pretty soon, those of you who are in Pennsylvania, if you're licensed in Virginia or Maryland, this year we are going to be coming out with our Meds Up, including the innovative we're about to talk about. So that's coming probably 2026, more likely. I believe we might be getting Delaware and DC. But this year we're getting Virginia and Maryland for sure with the Meds Up. And you can see there's a whole lot of states here where there's uh, a lot of things going on here. And the nice thing about it is once you are appointed with Physicians Mutual, you don't have to jump through any hoops to sell someplace else. Okay. So you might come on with us and you put down on there that you're licensed in Pennsylvania. Well, I would, when you do contract, if there's somebody out there who hasn't contracted with us yet, just put down all the states you're already, and then we're ready for it. But if you just get new states, just go ahead and submit your business. We'll take care of it. You are allowed to sell anywhere for any of the products we have once you're appointed. So no big rigmarole to go over because of that. So our future expansion and product rollouts, as you can see, we are actually already in Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, and Missouri, but we are in those states with our older Medicare supplement that doesn't have the silver and fit and well, yeah, it does have the innovative plan in some states no. Actually, no, not those ones, not Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, and Missouri. That's going to be coming with the silver and fit, the innovative, all of that's going to be coming now that I think about it. But but we're there now with the older block. The newer block is going to be way better price point, and we're going to have, of course, the greater offerings. But brand new in the MedSup world is going to be Maryland, Michigan, and Virginia. So those we are not there at all, and we are going to be coming in with the innovative G and the silver and fit, and if they allow us the preventive benefits. So again, it's going to include our exclusive innovative G Med Sup. An optional preventive benefits rider is available in most states, and all cost preventive and access to the silver and fit healthy aging program. In some states, one or both of these benefits may not be available. As we talked about in Pennsylvania, we do have just the silver and fit, but it's a good deal. So anyways, and it's gotten pretty popular. The plans offered, this is again how we're filing when we file the physician select. We are filing to have the plan G, the innovative G, plan F, where where somebody wants it, and the high deductible G. When we file with a state, we're filing to do this and then adding our optional preventive benefits rider. Now in Pennsylvania, the rider is actually baked in. The silver and fit is baked into the innovative G and the full plan G. It might be a rider. Well, we'll see when we get to that slide. Sometimes it's kind of a little bit of a stretch for me to remember every little nuance to every state unless I'm looking at the slide sometimes. Okay. In Wisconsin, we have the whole ball of wax baked into everything we do here. Uh, Wisconsin's a great state for that. They usually allow anything when it comes to that, but they give us a little bit harder time on how we can pay bonuses, but they do let us have everything baked in without a rider. Texas, the same thing on 2 of the plans, but on a couple of the plans, it's available as a rider. In Ohio, it's a little bit different. In Pennsylvania, here you go. We have the high deductible G that is allowed. Plan B G, Innovative G, Plan F, and High Deductible Plan include access to the Silver and Fit program. So, but I believe it is baked in on the Innovative G. It's not a rider. It's baked in. It's part of the premium. Okay. California, the they this was only state that we've come into so far. They let us have the Silver and Fit and the preventative benefits rider, but they wouldn't let us do the innovative. That's the only state I've seen that in. Okay, so let's get a little bit deeper in here. We have something called a state product summary for each state where you can see line by line how they work in that state. What plans are available? Is it gender rated? What's the rate structure? What's the household discount? That's all in these little slides. We have one for each state. Make it easy for you to know how it works. So, what is the Innovative Plan G? Plan G is with a deductible discount rider. Now, they make us call it a deductible discount rider. Um, I wish they would allowed us to say an out of pocket max rider, because when I think deductible, when you're selling other commercial insurance, you think deductible, you think customers paying every dollar until you hit the deductible, and then the insurance company starts kicking in. Well, that's not really how it works here, because Medicare is going to pay first whatever they're supposed to pay on Part A or Part B benefits, right? What we're talking about with deductible discount rider is the customer is going to take the Medicare allowed amount out of pocket responsibility for the first 3 calendar years. So it behaves like a high deductible G for the first 3 calendar years. Then that rider, that out of pocket rider or deductible rider, disappears. It's gone. Nobody has to do anything to make it go away. We will make sure it goes away the 3rd calendar year. Why would we recommend this? You get a lifelong discount on the premium in exchange for taking this temporary maximum out of pocket. Well, is it really worth it? Wait till you see the slide that shows the savings in a little bit. You're going to get a 25 to 30% savings on premium for life just because of taking a few years of out of pocket maximum. And believe me, it's really hard for that to really pile up. We'll see that in a minute. It's low risk because guess what? You're actually buying a full plan G. You're actually buying a full plan G. You are agreeing to this temporary out of pocket rider, right? Say you have uh, signed up a customer, and then 4 months later, 5 months later, year later, they end up with a catastrophic diagnosis, and they say, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have chemo every week for 6 months. I wish I would have bought the full plan G." Well, guess what? They can take off the rider just by writing a note to Physicians Mutual. Sign it, date it, fax in, scan and email a note to Physicians Mutual. "Please take off my deductible rider, policy number, name and date," right? Okay, and we will take it off the next first of the month. Now, they will lose their premium discount, but they can do it. It's not even a new app. It's no risk. Okay. So this is really, really, really cool. And then the savings though, if they keep it, is phenomenal. So how this is how it looks. The high deductible G, what's customer responsible for in that phase? It's going to be the Part A deductible. Part B deductible you have anyways, no matter what. So on an innovative G or a high deductible G, you're going to always have the Part B responsible, regardless of your age. You're going to pay for that. So what's going to go to the amounts that go to the maximum 2,870 a year out of pocket? It is the Part A deductible and the 20% of the Medicare allowed amount on Part B services. Where do most people do their doctoring? In Part B. I was a benefit specialist for years earlier on in my career. I've seen it all. I worked actually for a health system that owned their own insurance company. So most people are doctoring in Part B. They're not Part A hospital stay is only going to hit you if you are actually admitted as an inpatient. And an inpatient is pretty hard. An inpatient stay under Medicare guidelines is pretty tough to get into. You have to be pretty sick. You don't have to be ready for ICU, but not far from it. You have to have something like maybe a cardiac event or something to actually get an inpatient stay. Most everything's going under Part B. Outpatient observation stay, even knee replacements, hip replacements, those have gone down to being day surgery or overnight 23-hour observation surgeries. They're getting you out the door before 24 hours so you're not admitted as an inpatient. So it's all falling under Part B. Now, that being said, the maximum out of pocket, worst case scenario, is $2,870 for the year. And then we would pay for everything after that. But if the person, and 97% of customers that take an innovative G, where it acts like a high deductible the first few years, 97% do not reach that out-of-pocket maximum. They do not. Okay. They say on average $500-$600. It's like a wash on your savings at first. But I find that most people, to me, that $500-$600 seems a little high. But that's what they're saying. And only 82%, or actually 82% of people do not meet it at any time within the first 3 years. So, what happens once it disappears? You no longer pay Part A deductible. You no longer pay the 20% of the Medicare allowed amount. You no longer have a maximum out of pocket. You have a full Plan G for the rest of your life, 100% coverage other than paying your Part B deductible. In a minute, we're going to see what that translates to in savings. Again, here's my point about, oh, by the way, this is pretty cool. When you buy an innovative Plan G, you get credit for the whole first year. Remember, it's 3 years temporary, this temporary out of pocket or deductible right or whatever you call it, right? 3 years. Now, whenever you come in the first year, you get credit for the whole year. The only time somebody's actually going to have a full 3 years is if they have a January 1 effective date. If you're going to write one of these for April 1st, your customer only has the rest of this year and then the next 2 years. They could come in October, November, December 1st. They get credit for all of 2025 and they actually only have 2 more years to go. So that's how that works. So it's pretty cool. Really not a whole lot of people have a whole 3 years in it. The persistency rate on selling the innovative plan is phenomenal. 97% persistency rate. Put that up against your Medicare Advantage persistency rate, right? One of the things I saw at the end in the my prior life was they were very heavily Medicare Advantage. They owned their own company, right? So the last several years I was there, I was watching my agents constantly chasing, trying to keep the business they had from dwindling because of the competition, the phone calls, the TV commercials. They're leaving from one plan to another all the time during AEP. People who take a meds up tend to think a little bit more. No, it's not right for everybody. I get that. There are times when a Medicare Advantage suits somebody better. But if you have any assets to protect, if you're a homeowner, if you're at least middle income, maybe even lower middle income, you're trying to hang on to your property and you have all this stuff going on that you have to pay for. One of the things you don't want to get stuck with, and I'm starting to hear that, and I saw it in my career. It's beautiful to have a zero premium plan, but what if you start having health challenges as you get older? Now you're stuck with five, six, $7,000 a year for 1, 2, 3 years in a row, and you've got to come up with that, right? Wait till you see how long it takes you to even hit $200 a month. Okay, for the customer. Before I get to that though, real quick, what is the actual out of pocket you're going to pay for Part B services? Look at here. Did you know that there's a Medicare.gov procedure price lookup tool you can use to find out what the Medicare allowed amount is for services? We put in an MRI. I don't know what this was, an MRI of the lumbar, okay, or spine and lumbar. Okay, and the MRI out of pocket, $89 at a hospital outpatient. I'm not sure what zip code this was, but it's going to be comparable. If you go to ambulatory surgery center, it's always going to be cheaper. $58. What are the copays on a Med Advantage? I know I used to sell them 200, 250, 275. This is way less than that. And this is going to go to your out of pocket maximum. Look at what the Medicare allowed amount actually is that a customer would be paying on a high deductible G or a innovative G. Ultrasound, abdominal, 16 bucks. Colonoscopy with removal of a polyp, 171. X-ray, 7 bucks. Cortisone injection of a major joint, 16 bucks. Cataract surgery, 342. Not bad. That's really not bad because cataract surgeries, they cost, I think, the billed amount is probably close to $18,000. And then MRI scan of the brain. Here, this one, whichever zip code this came from, went down to a $61 out of pocket. So we already, this is the straw that broke the camel's back for me. This caused my jaw to drop. Excuse me. When I came into Physicians Mutual and I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh. This is hypothetical grid here of example of rates. We're looking at Lancaster, Pennsylvania rates, right? Applying a modest 7% medical inflation increase to the yearly premium. Look at the difference. Say twin sisters walk into your office. They're turned 65 the same time. One says, I'm going to take that innovative G. I like the idea of having a savings for life. The other sister says, I don't care. Just give me the full thing. I don't want anything other than my Part B deductible. So you see that the first year, there's what? 37 $38 difference, right? Then the second year, it's a little bigger. Of course, they're not taking an age rate increase yet. The third year, a little bit more. By the time they hit 68 years old and that rider drops off, they both have a full plan G. Look at what the person that took the innovative, look at what that sister's paying versus what the sister who took the plan G, full plan G right away. Look at the difference. Look at as they get older, how that's going. By the time it takes till 76 years old, roughly. Now, again, this is a hypothetical, to hit 200 bucks a month. Think about a person and where they're at. Okay. When somebody is, you know, you're normally going to have more health challenges as you get older. Think about being in your middle 70s and having the comfort of knowing I'm paying 200 a month, 2 times 12 is 2,400. Everything's taken care of for me except my Part B if I have something happen. Versus I've got a zero premium Medicare Advantage. That's great. If something happens to me, now I've got 5, 6, 7,000 or whatever out of pocket. Ouch. 1, 2, 3 years in a row. And think about what that does to their ability to pay their property taxes, their homeowners insurance, their car insurance, right? So think about if you grab hold of this and people who are actually living in this space, this is a phenomenal breakthrough of this product. To me, once I really grabbed hold of it, I thought this person is a genius. This makes perfect sense. Why would you not, for the first couple of years, take a little out of pocket risk for the value of saving thousands of dollars? You can see up to age 80, this person is going to be saving roughly over $12,000. That goes a long way for property taxes, homeowners insurance, etc. Here's how the bonuses work. I think I talked about that earlier. $50 for every new to Part B if it's a full G that you sell. You have to have 5. You have to have 5 incentivized apps in a month. Before we start, we'll pay with no limit once you hit the 5. It's retroactive, and then we'll pay for as many as you sell in a month. What does an issued app mean? An issued app means, quick look at the time here. An issued app means we have all the app components and nothing's missing from the application, and the first binder payment has been taken. If you do automatic bank withdrawal at Physicians Mutual, we're going to take the first payment right away and we hang on to it and apply it to the first month. Even if you're doing the application 90 days out, we're going to take the binder payment right away when you do automatic bank withdrawal. By the way, automatic bank withdrawal gives your customer $5 off the premium. So most people do go that way, but you got to let your customer know if they sign up and you're going to pass, even if it's an underwritten one. Once you pass underwriting, they're going to take that binder payment right away, but they're going to apply it to the first month's premium. So issued app is all app components in plus the first binder payment equals issued application. If you get at least 5 of those in a month, we start paying the big bucks. I do have agents who have really caught a hold of this bonus program and really caught how easy it is to do underwriting, especially the limited underwriting age group and that innovative plan, and are making a lot of bonus money. Plus, those incentivized apps do count towards the trip that's available. Here we go. We're talking about Punta Cana. In Dominican Republic next year. Look at that. I'm a white sand, blue water girl. So to me, this is the best. We're going to Vancouver this year, and I'm sure I'm going to love it, but I'm a sun and sand girl. So they do that every year. Like one year they'll go something non-tropical, and then the next year they'll go tropical. So this next year, what you're working for this year is this trip for two. How do you get there? An agent has to get 250,000 production credits and 75 med subs. Now now anybody who's coming in later in the year, you will get prorated. So say if you're a new agent and you don't even get started till April or May, we will prorate things. So you don't have to worry about that. There are it's 75 med sub sales, 250,000 in annual new business premium. But the thing is when you sell, if you notice down here, a med sup underwritten, you get double the production credit. So if your underwritten app calls for 1,800 annualized new business premium, you'll get credit for 3,600 instead of 1,800. If your app is 2,000, you're going to get, instead of 2,400, you're going to get 4,800 towards your 250. And then a regular Part B, full Plan G, I'm sorry, not Part B, full Plan G, you're going to get the face value. And then, of course, you'll get face value if you sell dental. In Pennsylvania, there is no life and cancer, but you might be able to sell that some other places. By the way, if you are in a state where they have cancer, critical illness, or if you're licensed in a state that has either one of those products, the rates are really, really, really good. They do have to have a physician's mutual med sup in order to get our life, but the life is really good. And the prices are great. My agents tell me it's the best in the nation. And the commission on that is 85% for the first year. So even if you would sell, $1,000 annual premium for life, your commission would be $850 for that. I don't know when that's going to get into Pennsylvania, but it is into some of the other states already. So we have that Silver and Fit Healthy Aging plan. Again, it's included in all plans but Plan A in Pennsylvania. And there's no rider. So you're not paying, a lot of the states, it's $9.53 to add the rider. Some states it's baked in. In Pennsylvania, it's baked in. There's no rider. Okay, Silver and Fit, we've got, if they go to a standard gym, it's totally paid for. Silver and Fit fitness centers are all over the place. Then there are some premium fitness centers. Those are usually going to be available more in the urban areas where you've got some more, fancier gyms. They would get a discounted rate at those places. However, no matter what they take, if they go to a gym or not, they still have access to Silver and Fit. So they can have both. They can have a gym membership and they can get some kind of a fitness kit. It could be a Garmin, it could be a Fitbit, it could be swimming or walking items. And those they get every year, whether they use a gym membership or not. So it's not either or, they can have both. Lifestyle coaching, fall prevention, physical activities. They can do on demand workouts. They can join live workouts. They have a whole lot of things that they engage with, even things like asking how to talk to your doctor. There's a lot of really cool things. So the Silver and Fit, it's really a well-being club. There's more than just a gym membership there. And again, for Pennsylvania residents, this is going to be built in. This is not going to help you folks. Okay, everybody, when they get their Pennsylvania policy for a med sup, they're going to have stapled inside their application. A copy of their application will be the Silver and Fit information. It will let them know that the phone numbers to call to sign up or to go online. If they go online, they can never find their eligibility until their policy is active. So, say you write somebody for April 1st, their policy issues, by March 14th now, and then they're trying to go in and check their eligibility. Well, it's not going to show up till April 1st. Just something to let them know. They can create an account and get in there. And then there's a test account for agents. I would highly recommend taking this information down, because this way you can do a test account. It's as an agent, you can go in to www.silverandfit.com. For a username, you just put PM Demo 1, password PM Demo 1, and then exclamation mark. Everything you can pull up for your customers, is pertinent to Silver and Fit for Physicians Mutual. So you're not going to get some information that doesn't apply to Physicians Mutual members when you go in this way to help your customer. Same thing with when they make their own account. They're going to get what's pertinent to them as Physicians Mutual customers. Love that thing. It works really nicely. You can find the fitness centers by clicking there. You can put in a zip code, city and state, and it shows you by those little balloons or whatever they are. You can just scroll down on the side. It looks like there's only 3 there, but you have to scroll down to see all the gyms that are available, or click on those little balloons. And then, of course, that was a standard, or you got to make sure you hit the button that says standard or premium. And then there is something about the Medicare supplement on the Medicare supplement brochure. There is information about Silver and Fit in all the brochures. These are available for free in our sales and marketing materials. You can order these right from your agent portal. These little flyers, when you order brochures, they're free. These little flyers are free too. When I hand out brochures, I always make sure I have some of these on hand to stuff them into my brochures. And what do you think? Should we do questions now, or just jump into the dental and do everything at the end?
We do have one question if you want to.
Okay, absolutely.
Yeah, it's from Cassie, and she asked, "Is the bonus for both G and Innovative G?"
Yes. Excuse me. The full G though is $50. The innovative G is $150, and the underwritten is $200. So they're bonus. So the incentivized ones are new to Part B. Full Plan G is going to be 50 once you hit the 5. For everyone that's a full Innovative G is 150, underwritten is 200. Okay. Does that answer our question?
That's it. Thank
Are
you.
we good? Okay. All right. I know I'm packing a lot of information here, but we can give you whatever you need. And we have really cool little Vimeos of the innovative that you can watch with your customer, or it's just a little, I don't know, it's like 2 minutes or less, where it kind of explains it to them, an overview. And we've got one for the dental too. So the dental, what's different about our dental? You've got that there in Pennsylvania too. I have a newer agent in Florida. They got the same dental that's available as in Pennsylvania. The gal used to be work for a dental. She was a dental assistant or a dental hygiene. I'm not sure what she did, but she worked in a dental office. She said, I was selling a couple other products until I saw yours, and now I'm pushing yours. Yours is my favorite. And I was in a dental office, so I know what's good and what's not. This is an absolutely true story. Why would somebody push our dental? Well, there's no deductible, no annual or lifetime maximum. We use the Emeritus Network, but we will pay any dentist. They're going to get the best deal at an Emeritus Network provider. There are a 500,000 of them across the country, but we will still pay any dentist. So as people have got to the point now, the reason we become so popular is because sometimes folks would rather have some help anywhere they go than only some help in certain places that they might not want to go. Okay. So at least you're getting some help everywhere, and there's no annual maximum. And guess what else? We pay dentists, we will reimburse or pay dentists even in Mexico. And now there's a lot of people that actually go down to Mexico to get dental work. We will reimburse for there too, as long as you got a covered service. 100% preventive care. That's 2 cleanings, exams, and x-rays a year. This is something to note, even if people have periodontal issues, and those folks usually need more than 2 cleanings a year, we're still going to pay the standard 2 per year, okay? Preventive and basic care begins immediately. So what is preventive and basic care? That would be your 2 exams, cleanings, and x-rays a year. It would be cavities, treatment. So fillings, unlimited. If somebody has 5 cavities, hope you don't, but if you did, that would be covered the first year, right? And simple tooth extractions are part of basic care. I believe what they mean by simple tooth extractions would be non-bone impacted teeth. So something you'd need an oral surgeon for, to dig out a molar or a wisdom tooth or something like that. You're going to need an oral surgeon. That's not a simple tooth extraction. A simple tooth extraction would be something that they can just yank out, for lack of a better word. It sounds horrible, but that is something covered within the first year. Another thing, before I forget, what's really unique about this plan, this is an indemnity plan. We will pay any dentist for a covered procedure regardless of if they have other coverage in force. We don't even need to know about it. We're not coordinating benefits. We're not going to reduce benefits because there's another payer involved with this patient. No, or this member. We don't even need to know about it. I personally, long before I ever worked at Physicians Mutual, bought one of these plans for that reason, because I was starting to need root canals and crowns all of a sudden, boom, out of nowhere. And my regular employer dental insurance just didn't cut it. At $1,500 a year, well, thank you very much. You're lucky to get one crown out of that, right? So I ended up having two. And once I had both, I didn't pay for anything anymore at all. And these are very, very affordable plans. So the reason that we have a 12-month wait period for major benefits is because we don't lock people into a contract. A lot of the plans that allow a waiver of the waiting period because they have had other coverage. They do that because they lock them in for 12 months. We don't do that. Ours is a come and go as you please plan. So if you were paying for crowns and root canals unlimited like we do right away, there's nothing to stop people from coming in for 2-3 months getting a bunch of root canals and crowns, and they've paid $100 in premium, and the insurance company has paid hundreds and hundreds of dollars towards that. You couldn't stay in business that way. So that's why they have a waiting period, but the benefits are really good. Again, no limit on crowns and root canals. Um, $1,000 benefit. There is a limitation on implants. We pay $1,000 lifetime for implants. That'll pay for one post, probably, in doing implants. But guess what? We have no limit for, with having no limits on the crowns. What do you need once you have a post? You need a crown. We have no limit on those. So there's a lot to be said for this. So on over 400 procedures, this is what the dental brochure looks like. We'll go to each page. This is the inside page showing you that little the red premium amount does not show up in the brochure. When Holly made these slides, she put the premium in there just for the benefit of teaching, to show you what the amounts really are. I'm sure they don't put it right on the brochure in case they would ever change, in case the rates change. Our biggest seller, of course, is our Premier plan for 5650. Now, this is showing what we call ABW rates, automatic bank withdrawal. Folks are getting $3 off. Probably 99% of our customers pay that way. If they would want to bill directly by mail or credit card, they're going to lose that $3 off, and then it would be 59.50, 49.95, etc. But most people go ABW. Again, no deductible, 100% paid for preventive care when you use a network dentist, no annual max. We will pay any dentist, or we will reimburse the customer cash for, or well, in other words, we'll send the customer the reimbursement check for any covered services if they use a dentist that will not bill. We also have available a rider, a vision and hearing rider. It's not a standalone rider. You have to get our dental plan in order to get the rider. Only $8.95 per person. It really pays for itself. This is another thing that's kind of a no-brainer. The eye exams, it pays for up to $100 on an eye exam every year. After 3 months of having it, it will pay $150 towards contact lenses, eyeglasses, sunglasses, sports glasses, anything like that, up to $150. And then for hearing, they're 100 or I'm sorry, $75 per person for a hearing exam. Medicare doesn't cover routine hearing exams, but you get up to $75 for that, and then up to $500. Now, this would be after a year, but think about it: 12 times $8.95, and you're already getting a potentially $1,000 benefit. So $500 per ear, and we will pay anybody. They could get some off of TV. They can go to Epic or Beltone, whom we partner with already, and they'll give them substantial discounts. Uh, on top of getting this benefit. But I've heard that Costco, if you have a Costco anywhere, a customer has a Costco anywhere where they are, I've heard that their hearing aids are phenomenal and they cost around $500 a year. So this would be a great fit. And then we have partnered with Epic and Beltone for hearing, like we talked about on the Script Save card. VSP, you don't have to go to a VSP provider to get your glasses, but you're going to get extra discounts on what you do there, whether it's exams or hardware or whatever. So you would get extra discount in addition to some of the actual monies we're going to pay to the provider. If the provider can either bill us or you can pay for it and turn in a patient paid claim, real easy to do at Physicians Mutual. I'm not going to play the dental video because it's not going to work. It's a really cute little Vimeo. It probably is hanging out on your platform somewhere, or somebody email me, I will send it to you. You go to www.physiciansmutual.com. We'll also show you this information. When you go to our landing page, it's going to look like this. I'm going to tell you right away, agents, please never do, when you go onto our webpage, never do an application from the information that you find. I call this shoppers information. You can go in here and find your shopping information, but don't email the quote to your customer. Right now, yet we're working on this where you have Pearls, a personal URL where you can send it to your customer. They can sign up and you're tied to it. Your NPN is tied to it. Right now, it's still in the works. So don't email them a quote where they can sign up themselves then. Please make sure you can give them information, read it to them, show it to them, but always get into your agent platform until we have those Pearls ready so that you get credit for making that sale. But this is what it looks like. It shows you the Premier Preferred Standard Economy. It's going to look the same in every state. That Find a Dentist thing is at the top of the page, and you can put in your zip code, the zip code of the person. It makes a beautiful PDF that either you can show your customer right while you're there or email it to them. They can nominate their dentist if their dentist isn't in the network. Let's see where I'm at. And our sales office, Holly, Rodney, and I, we donate. Holly donates $1 for everything that's sold in her office. Rodney and I donate $1 each for every plan that is sold, dental plan, to Veteran Smile. This is a great organization that one of the things that the VA does not do unless you're 100% service connected disability, they have no coverage for veterans dental. So what this organization does is pay for a dental for these guys and ladies that have no other dental insurance. It's a great program. They've really helped an awful lot of veterans. And so when you sell, we're going to donate on behalf of you and us towards this. This last year, we gave Kyle a check for over $3,000. Actually, there it is, right there. This was just actually a few weeks ago. Our March training calendar, we always have a new training calendar out. I hope I got it out this year. I better make sure I sent it. If I didn't, I need to do that right away. Okay, questions.
Thanks for doing that, Robin. Really informative. I did get a question, but it's not necessarily for you. I can answer it. Is it possible we get a recorded version? Yes, Molly, I'll send that to you. I'll get it later this afternoon, and I'll send that over to you. So it will be recorded, which is great if you want to check it out again. really, I think that innovative Plan G is pretty cool. I mean,
Oh my
um,
gosh.
it honestly kind of reminds me of an MSA a little bit, except you don't get the funds like you do for an MSA, like you did for an
Right.
MSA.
Right.
That's what my mind kind of went to initially. But I think
Sure.
it's great. I think it's I think it's great, especially for someone that may be a little bit healthier.
Yeah,
You want
and
that
the and
savings long
but
term.
But right, that's true. So you think of it that way, but truthfully, when you look at the savings, really, even if they met it all 3 years, when you look at spending, you know, 8,000 or whatever out of pocket it would be for 3 years, and you're actually saving 12 or 13,000. Of course,
Right.
nobody ever knows,
Right.
but the
Right.
chance of that happening though, of meeting it all 3 years is pretty
Tough.
slim.
It's
It's
tough.
and
Yep.
remember, you can take the rider off, so it's
Right.
no risk.
Right.
And guess what? You know how I talked about that 2-year selection guarantee?
Yep.
Taking the rider off does not use up that one time selection guarantee. So
Gotcha.
technically this could happen. You could sell the innovative G, the customer, oh, they have the catastrophic thing. Drop the rider off, and then they
Yep.
get done being treated with it by the end of the year, and they're like, you know what? This wasn't as bad as I thought. I wish I would have kept that innovative. If
Yeah.
it's been less than 2 years, they can actually get back on the innovative with no underwriting. Now you would have to do a new app in this case, but they still can do it with no
Yeah.
underwriting.
I like
Yeah,
that. I like it.
yeah,
The no risk is that's definitely a good sales point for sure.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, and you'll be at our conference this year, which is great too. So I
We
know it's a
will.
little bit of ways, but Robin and I were talking. They will be at our conference again, so you can chat with them there, obviously. And Robin's great. Everyone at Physicians is great in getting back to us. So whenever you need anything from them, they'd be glad to help. They're
Before I forget,
Yeah,
excuse me, I'm sorry. I don't know if I mentioned that the dental is for all ages. It's the same price for all. So it's not just for Medicare
right.
customers. This is for ACA, affordable care, anybody who has teeth, right?
Yeah,
If they have
definitely.
teeth, you can sell it to them. And it's the same price, all ages. And actually, even groups. We can sell this to groups as well. And what's really nice, especially when somebody thinks of a smaller group, it's portable. If
Right,
they pay for it, but the employee can actually take it with them when they leave and not have to start a waiting period over again. They can just take
right,
it with them. It's just that the only thing that changes is the employer stops paying for it. That's it.
right.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we don't have
Yeah.
any more questions, but
Good.
someone, um, yeah, if any questions do pop up, or anyone wants to get contracted that's not contracted already, reach out to me. I'd be glad to help get you set up. Um, yeah, and really appreciate you coming on. Appreciate the partnership. Appreciate everyone joining us today as well. Had a
Sure
decent
do.
sized group in here, so really appreciate that. And yeah, we'll be in touch. Thanks for doing this.
Okay. Okay. And of course, my email, robin.huff, HUFF at physiciansmutual.com. Phone number 715-897-3942. I'm sure that's available somewhere on your platform. Get a
Yep.
hold of me directly anytime.
Awesome.
Anytime. Okay.
Thanks, Robin.
Thank you,
Appreciate it.
everybody.
Yep.
All right. I appreciate it.
Yep. Have
Take
a great
care.
day, everyone.
You too. Bye bye.